The Innovators is brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages. What will you discover today? Columbus Business Solutions, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, The Gleaner, Future Services International, and Silver Star Motors. Meet the Innovators, Yannick Page and Gary Matalin. Over the next several weeks, they'll be helping aspiring and struggling entrepreneurs to make more money. Yannick Page launched her first business at age 17 and knows how to start a business on a shoestring budget. She's a certified trainer in entrepreneurship and workforce innovation and is also the founder of the award-winning company, Future Services International. Gary Matalin is the co-founder and director of Newstone Limited. This successful entrepreneur is also the co-founder of KLE Group, owners and operators of Fiction Lounge and Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records. This week, they will be joined by guest innovator William Mafood, managing director of Wesinco Group Limited.
William and Gary, today we have a very interesting entrepreneur. His name is Marlon Daley, and he is the innovator behind Cut to Fit DNA paternity testing. So, can't wait to learn more about him. Let's take a look.
I'm Marlon Daley, and I'm the manager of Cut to Fit Genetics. My son he means everything to me. And to think that something that could have been tragic at the end of the day could actually be the thing that ensure he has a stable future. Sometimes, it puts a smile on my face.
He's determined to succeed. He's passionate and he's innovative. He's full of ideas, and no matter what, he cannot be deterred. He's constantly working towards the achievement of these goals that he has set for himself.
If you have ideas, if you have motivation, if you have the drive, this is the perfect place to be an entrepreneur.
Well, this is an interesting one. It's definitely not one that we've had before. So let's bring in Marlon and see what he has to say.
I'm nervous. This is my future I'm talking about. It's something that I've invested a lot of time in, and I'm just hoping to get the best advice from these people, use it to the best of my ability, and see where it goes from here.
Welcome, Marlon.
Yeah.
Come in, man, have a seat.
First, let me say it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
All right, Marlon. So I'm fascinated by this DNA paternity test. Just explain to me, how did you come up with this? Why did you decide to pursue this? And what's the vision? What are you hoping to achieve?
Cut to Fit Genetics came about because of a personal experience. And one day, the mother of my child and her mother, we were sitting, having a conversation, and she said something that I'll never forget. She said that, boy, you can go and talk, you don't even know if your son is yours. So I stayed calm and said, I can always do a paternity test. And I did the research, and I found a lab to do the test. And it was a seamless process, and bulb just flashed in my head, I could really make a business out of this.
Tell me how it works. You buy the test, you do what it says you to do, and then you send the test off. Is that what happens?
Yes. All right. Basically how it works is that you would pick up the kit at a pharmacy and you will collect the samples. The kit contains everything you need to collect and secure the sample. You would basically drop it off at any tire courier agency, and you don't even have to leave your name with the courier. You simply just say Cut to Fit Genetics, and it's delivered to my office in town, and it would be overnight to the lab. So basically, the kit addresses the three main concerns. Affordability, it's nearly 40% cheaper than the local competition. Quality, it's done by one of the most accredited labs in the world. And privacy, the only person who knows the results is you and the lab, and maybe God. But that's basically it. I had to find a way to not only provide you with a reliable service, but also extremely secure service. I believe even people sometimes while collecting the kit would say, boy, some of the security measures I took would be inconveniencing. But I think that one bad test, one mix-up, one tamper getting through, our entire business is done. So I had to develop something that was extremely secure. We're actually going to market it as probably the most secure paternity test kit in the world.
What's the accuracy?
100%.
100%?
Yes. I really wanted to start it on a popular radio show at the time. I was in New York, and when I got back to Jamaica, the show was taken off the air. So I parked it for a while.
I can just imagine now the radio programs, you have guys like IT and Fancy Cat could be talking about this in their skits. It's really something exciting.
We can make light of paternity. I mean, it's good that we can have a smile about it, but being a father, let me tell you, waiting on the results of that test was actually one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever experienced. And we can make light of it. Jackets is a part of our culture. That's a simple fact. The numbers on the box is astronomical. I mean, I was being conservative when I used 35%. At this point, that was a statistic taken from 2006, 2007. It's probably more.
I look at you've put your story in this because that's going to be a very great, I think, as a great strategy for you marketing-wise. I just have a question about the quality and how your quality control and how do you make sure that people are doing exactly what they need to do so that they don't contaminate the sample. I mean, DNA paternity testing, I know it's something that is usually done in a controlled environment, and I just want to know exactly what you've done to ensure that you don't have people getting wrong results, because that would be a complete disaster.
All right. Basically, what I did initially, didn't cut any corners on the packaging, didn't cut any corners on the contents. I mean, each buccal cell collector, each swab, I didn't use cotton swabs, I used polyester swabs. Now, polyester is a little bit more abrasive, so it allows you to collect more samples from your cheeks.
What did you invest in creating this product?
I mean, money, time.
Yeah, how much money?
I mean, I think I've spent nearly $800,000 already.
Still to come on the Innovators, Marlon encounters a roadblock.
In order for it to be sent overseas, the Ministry of Health has to approve.
One of the most important values to me, and I think for all business people, is humility. It allows us to be able to listen to our customers, hear their needs, and develop practices related to serving them better. Serving is really what doing business is about. And if people learn to serve properly, you can create great businesses.
Marlon, let me ask you a question. Do you have a patent or any kind of...
Currently in negotiation with the Copyright Office to have the name itself copyrighted.
Marlon, you've done a tremendous job. I want to commend you on your packaging, the concept, the security behind the whole process. A big issue with startup businesses that a lot of startup businesses fail on is on the distribution and the marketing. And my real question is, you need a strategy to go to market. What is that strategy? Have you thought out how you're going to do it?
Well, other than the obvious online distribution where you can actually order the kits online, I think it would be more advantageous if I had physical brick and mortar stores.
I think we have a good amount of information on your business. Give us a little bit of time. We're going to try and put together a plan for you and see if we can get this out there in the mainstream and get the volumes up. And we'll see you back in a little.
All right, thanks.
The question is, how are you going to really distribute it? I mean, manufacturing, distribution, that's going to be the key here.
Yeah, I don't actually agree with him that people are going to be, that concerned about picking up the product. I think it's a really significant problem, and that people would rather know. And because it's so cost effective, it's like, really, almost half the cost. So I think he needs to get this mainstream. I see this downtown in wholesales. I don't just see this in pharmacies. He seemed to think, maybe I could look at small pharmacies, but I actually see this as a product that could be in wholesales. You could actually find it right across Jamaica.
I think he needs to get it in the mainstream. According to the packaging, it says 35% of the fathers have kids that are, not cut to fit. I love the name. I think he's done a tremendous amount of work on the packaging and the processes, etc. But it really has to be about getting the product available and then promoting it to the consumers.
Yeah.
For me though, one of my big concerns with it is what stops one of these large foreign pharmaceutical companies from coming into this market, identifying that, look, there's a market here, let's penetrate it. They'll eat his food.
We have competition. We have a local lab that does paternity testing. But again, I believe that cut-to-fit genetics offers an advantage.
I think one of the things is first to market. Typically, with a branded item like this, if you are first to market and you create enough of engagement with the consumers, you have an ability to withhold a market leader position.
This is going to need a lot of after-sales support.
Correct.
I can see people, they've seen the product, they read it, they're still going to have questions. And then, of course, there's going to be that need for the communication with the customer between when, they've bought it, taken it, shipped it, and when those results are, expected to come back in. That's one thing that I want us to assist him with.
Good stuff. Well, put it together and
bring him back in. All right, Marlon, let me just tell you, we can't congratulate you enough. We're so excited about what you've done. What you've done is that you've identified a problem, you've found an opportunity, and you've created a product based on need. And so what we want to do is to give you some advice to move that forward into mainstream.
The first thing I'd recommend is find a good pharmaceutical distribution company. There is an exceptional one in Jamaica. I know them very well, and I'll give them a call and ask you to get in touch with them.
in addition to that, once we get your distribution sorted out, we definitely want to make sure that we streamline your marketing and promotions, your communications. We want you to get the message to the people and get the right message out there.
And in line with that communication, we need for you to be absolutely accurate about what you're selling. So earlier you said that, the paternity test is 100% accurate. We know that we've never heard of a test that's 100% accurate, so it would be 99 point something. You have to be very, very specific because you don't want to be challenged on those fine points. In keeping with that, we need for you to make sure that this product is verified by the Bureau of Standards. Your competitors are going to be ready to tear you apart. You don't want that to happen.
All right, Marlon, good luck on your assignments, and we'll see you back here.
It's now time for Marlon to go off on his assignments.
Hello, Marlon. I'm Abigail. Welcome to Face the Commodity. In order for us to give consideration for the product, I would have to make some recommendations. The Ministry of Health is usually the body that regulates the importation of drugs and devices. But what I realize is that this is not an actual device.
I'm looking to all the regulations that I need to ensure that when you get the product, you understand that this is a quality, tested, and backed product.
The specimen itself, in order for it to be sent overseas, the Ministry of Health has to approve or give permission for the specimen, which is a swab, to be sent overseas.
From Miss Abigail Johnson, she was telling me that there's certain aspects that probably I didn't consider before, like the Bureau of Standards and the Ministry of Health. And I really have to approach them and ensure that the product I'm putting out to market is up to par, up to standard, and up to the quality that they would approve to distribute themselves.
If it is your wish, we can submit it on your behalf, or you can do it yourself. And once approved, we would really love to partner with you.
Coming up on The Innovators.
Starting up a business is not just about creating a product. You are going to have to go through certain regulatory steps.
One of the things that I remembered mostly after filming Innovator was Gary saying to me that my business would forever remain a hobby unless I was able to focus and spend more time into it.
She has a passion for it.
Yeah.
She's a hard worker. She has a 12-hour job and she's doing this as well. But having said that, I'm not going to tell her that it's clear to me what that way is at this point in time.
Is she willing to take the risk to leave the day job? If she's willing to take the risk to leave the day job, she has an opportunity to do something with the gifts.
I resigned from my full-time job and I started investing more time in my business and finding means and ways to make it work. I just want to say thank you to Yannick and to Gary and Mr. Record, and thanks to all of Jamaica for your wonderful support, and please continue to support Casey's Chateau.
Baby, you know your baby father.
Yeah,
you know your baby father. She know her baby father.
Yeah.
She know her baby father.
Yeah.
You know your baby father.
Yeah.
You know your baby father. Timely.
Marlon, thank you very much for coming into the Gleaner today.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Aye. I see you have some very innovative and new products here that you'd like to have advertised. Who is it that you think would be the best persons or your target audience should be?
Anybody with a chat.
Anybody with a chat?
Anybody with a chat. At the Gleaner, I got some real insightful tips on my marketing strategy.
I would like to suggest that initially we identify your product on our Go Jamaica website. This website currently enjoys over 10 million hits on a weekly basis with over 900,000 unique visitors. This is possibly an idea for us to identify a product not only locally but also in the diaspora. And by it being on the jump page, it gives you both entertainment, sports, commentary page, letters page, and the business page. In the Wednesday paper, we have a whole health section which offers information on everything that has to do with health. The individuals and the readership of this area will cross your target market. In the Wednesday Star, we have a whole section called the paternity puzzle. This has been running for the past year, and this paternity puzzle has always been dealing with the question where people write in and inquire, and they, in exchange for their stories, they are tested to find out if they are really the father of the child in question.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, man. Right down your street, we also have our radio arm, which is a Power 106. It's a talk radio program, so we could intersperse ads on it. And for you, this may just be the ideal area where you might want to start. As you grow and you need distributors, you might find that you want us to use our classified apps that is even available on your smartphone.
The honest truth is that I never expected their packages to be that affordable. And it's definitely something that I can work into my budget.
Thank you again for coming, Marlon. It was indeed a pleasure hearing about this new product.
Same here.
I believe that it is something that is going to be quite applicable on the market. Unfortunately, I don't think I will have any need for it currently.
It's now time for Marlon to return to the boardroom and update the innovators.
Marlon, welcome back.
I'm delighted to be here.
All right, so Marlon, give us an update. I mean, you have this unique product. We sent you out to do a lot of assignments, and we want to know what's been happening since you were last here.
Well, let me start by saying that it has been overwhelming. I mean, if I could translate the reception that I've been getting from people, especially on the assignments that I've been sent on, probably be thinking about an IPO at this point. But it has been overwhelming.
Tell us a bit about distribution, because I know that was one of the things that you really needed to focus on and figure out how you were going to get the kits out to the public.
Well, I mean, from a product standpoint, you want partners, you know, and I remember when I approached the show, that was my main concern for the product. Will I be able to approach a partner and they said, yes, I'll carry your product? You know, when I heard that my assignment was going to be at York Pharmacy, I was like, I couldn't believe that I was actually going to pitch my product to York Pharmacy.
Well, Mr. Daley, you have a product here that personally I think it will sell. You may have more females buying it than male, but I am pretty sure that it will sell. And pending the results of the tests from the Ministry of Health, we certainly would want to carry this kit.
I think it's an important point, Marlon, that starting up a business is not just about creating a product, that there are, depending on the the industry or the sector you're in, you are going to have to go through certain regulatory steps. That's a great lesson, I think, for entrepreneurs as well.
Listen, you can't ask for better than that. I mean, I think that you've got a great product, and I'm happy that you are able to make some connections. And I think you're dealing with all of the regulatory requirements. And I think the sky's the limit for you because you have your marketing intact. You're looking at the after-sales support. You're looking at the counseling. I think we are really, really pleased, and we really wish you all the success. I can't wait to see Cut to Fit in every pharmacy in Jamaica, right? So good luck to you, and we wish you all the best.
Congratulations,
Yes.
Marlon, and good luck.
Excited about the future, Marlon decided to celebrate with family and friends.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna.
I feel very good for him because I've always been at his side when he has come up with all these innovations. And at times he gets very despondent when they didn't work out. I've often said to him, you are too slow. By the time you get there, someone is gone with the innovation. But he tells me, Mommy, it's a matter of time. And so you can know how I feel at this moment to see we have gotten to this stage in one of his innovations.
A lot of people don't realize that many years ago, Wisynco had a lot of debt. One of the things to ensure is that you don't, give up. The most important thing is focus. Focus on what you think is a business opportunity. Be very, very creative and find ways to develop a business strategy that is going to build a successful business going forward. There are opportunities out there. Use your focus more than anything on specifically what you think you're good at, and I think you can build yourself out and grow yourself out of debt.
Marlon definitely has one of the most innovative products we've ever seen here on the show, and I'm really excited about it. I think that this is something that the market needs. This guy identified a need and he went right after it. It's a lesson for many people who are looking at ideas. Don't just do what everybody else is doing. Don't look for the ordinary. Look for innovative products. Look for things that people need.
Marlon is a real innovator, entrepreneur. He's identified a problem. This was born out of his own personal experience, and he's developed a solution for that problem. And that's amazing. And then what he's done in addition to that, he's done all his homework. He's gone in, he's researched, he's gone through the marketing aspects of it, the finance aspect of it. He's put together he's now getting into the regulatory side of it and stuff like that. So really a 360-degree wholesome approach to starting a business. And I think because of that, he'll see a lot of success.
It's been a journey. Who thought that from something that was tragic in my life, I can be here, thinking about a business. It's something that you only dream about. You think about starting a business, you feel excited about it, but when you see the excitement of other people about something that you developed, it's really overwhelming.
The boardroom table and chairs were provided by the Corporate Interiors International Limited. We sell solutions, not just furniture. Gary's wardrobe was provided by Max Brown Limited. Next time on The Innovators.
So as a beauty therapist, my services includes facials, manicure, pedicure, and of course makeup.
You're in an industry where the barriers to entry are very, very low.
Challenges would vary from bringing in more clients, marketing.
You have to then look at what you're doing now and ask yourself, why can't I get repeat customers from what I've done before?
For further information on any of our assignments, please visit us at facebook.com/innovatorstv or email us at innovatorstv@gmail.com. The Innovators was brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages. What will you discover today? Columbus Business Solutions, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, The Gleaner, Future Services International, and Silver Star Motors. The Innovators